In the world of ninjas, you would think that Boruto right now is quite strong considering his age, but what if, in an alternate timeline, Sasuke gave his Sharingan to Boruto? Just when you think that the broken abilities granted by the Karma and the Jogan are already powerful enough, wait till you see how broken Boruto will be using the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan on top of that. Talk about a power stack! Would this make him a much more powerful MC, or will this be a hindrance to his current arsenal of ninja powers? This is Anime Scope, and today we will explore if Sasuke gave Boruto his Sharingan. If you could, please leave a like, subscribe, and smash that notification bell. That would help us out a ton in the algorithm. Before we get into this, there are a couple points I must acknowledge. Before the comments flood in like, "What? Boruto can't handle the Sharingan? It would constantly drain his chakra!" While this may be true, Boruto is an Uzumaki, and Uzumakis have notoriously big chakra pools. So, if we are using Kakashi as a reference, Boruto should be able to withstand the constant drain. Plus, the karma granted to him by Momoshiki should give him an even bigger chakra pool. I think he's one of the rare cases where the Sharingan will pose minimal drawbacks. Secondly, Susanoo would not be in his arsenal, but he should be able to utilize the Amaterasu, flame control, and base Sharingan ocular abilities regardless of Uchiha blood. Now, with that out the way, let's get started. In this alternate timeline, during their fight against Jigen, Sasuke gives his EMS to Boruto after escaping the alternate dimension that Jigen used to trap Naruto in. Sasuke thinks about it, and he concludes that his current ability is not enough, but, of course, he still has his Rinnegan at this point of the story. So in a big hypothetical scenario, he decides to help Boruto become much stronger. Well, why Boruto, you say? It could be Sarada, Mitsuki, or Kawaki, but Sarada is definitely off limits simply because she is his daughter. Then, Mitsuki will be out of the list too because of Sasuke's past relationship with Orochimaru, and we know how it ended up. Kawaki and the other ninjas are simply not trustworthy enough for him to even consider. Also, Boruto is his disciple, which makes this the most logical choice. Now back to the scenario, after finding out that Naruto was sealed, Sasuke didn't lose consciousness immediately, and he decides to transplant his Sharingan to the shocked Boruto. After they find out where Naruto is, just like what happened in the original story, Boruto, together with his squad and Kawaki, enters the other dimension to look for Naruto. There, they encounter Boro, one of the upper echelons of Kara. They fight Boro exceptionally with Sarada's great observation and commands. They manage to fight off Boro's ability, which is using viruses, and even take out his core. But they encounter a problem. Boro loses control of his body. Just before they can escape, Boro stops them, so the hidden will of Momoshiki awakens. He first notices the newly installed Sharingan in Boruto, and as curious as he is, he tries it out. Using the Sharingan, he burns Boro with Amaterasu, and since Boro can't control or avoid it, the Amaterasu freely burns his big body to nothingness. Well, obviously, after that fight, Boruto loses consciousness and he can't remember anything. Moving on, the events followed the original timeline from Kashin Koji forcing Ishiki Otsutsuki to Amado defecting the Hidden Leaf Village. During the short time of peace, Sasuke decides to train Boruto with the Sharingan he gave to him. Well, as it follows, Ishiki appears in the Hidden Leaf Village, and Naruto, Sasuke, and Boruto choose to confront him head-on. Using the space-time ability of his karma, Boruto brought the battle into the other dimension. But, just like how it was played out in the original story, Ishiki bodies them all. You'll be wondering, why is this still the case? Well, to be fair, without any hidden unexpected power-ups because of the plot armor, we'll be considering that no matter how genius Boruto is, he hasn't mastered the Sharingan and will feel the strain from using it. As some might remember, even the great genius Kakashi still got overwhelmed from time to time. But let's take into consideration that Boruto is still the main character of this anime. So let's say using his genius IQ, he manages to make the Amaterasu invisible, just like his Rasengan. This will give Ishiki a run for his money, since together with Sasuke and Naruto's nerfed abilities, he would be looking out for those invisible eternal flames, even though he can absorb them using his karma when he notices them. Oh, and let's not forget that Ishiki is still an Otsutsuki. So, this will still force Naruto to use Baryon mode, but because of Boruto's new ability, Ishiki will be forced to restrain Naruto immediately, and he will then discover the connection of Naruto to the arm that Kawaki has. This forces their fight to stop earlier. Finally, Kawaki appeared a while ago and managed to stall for some time for Ishiki to disappear into dust. Then, the unexpected also happens in this timeline. Momoshiki's will takes over and stabs Sasuke's remaining eye, making him blind for good. Using the invisible Amaterasu and Rasengan, Boruto, or should I say, Momoshiki, easily crushes Kawaki. The now blind Sasuke can't help but be bullied by Momoshiki. But they still manage to force Momoshiki to absorb chakra, and this awakens Boruto. Just like the original timeline, Kode will inherit Ishiki's will and will awaken Ida and Daimon. During this time, since he is already blind, Sasuke will focus all his efforts on training Boruto to use the new improvised Amaterasu. He will also take this time to work on reawakening Boruto's Rinnegan. That's right, a Rinnegan! Allow me to explain. Because Boruto has Senju DNA, and the fact that he's one of the first beings known to have DNA from Hagoromo and Hamura, which is something important. And we have already had a hint at this. Momoshiki told Boruto that he had inherited Otsutsuki's DNA, so that mixed with the DNA of Senju, Hagoromo, and Hamura, it wouldn't be far-fetched to think if Boruto had a Sharingan, he could manifest a Rinnegan. After some time, Kode manages to find an opportunity and will fight Kawaki. Boruto will arrive on the scene, and together with his newfound Sharingan abilities, he will have a face-off against Kode, who has one of the most broken abilities in this anime. This time, the invisible Amaterasu will not be just enough. Boruto will have to use his new ocular abilities. He will have the same fighting power to be on par with Kode, but this will not be enough to force Kode into retreat, so Boruto uses the ability of Karma to turn into a half Otsutsuki. Now, together with the Amaterasu and Karma, he will be able to keep Kode busy for quite some time. During this short confrontation, it will alarm the ninjas in the village, prompting them to the location of the battle. But due to the medicines that Boruto is taking slowly losing their effects, he'll lose focus, which will give Momoshiki a chance to take over his body. Naruto, together with Shikamaru, will arrive and save Kawaki from Boruto. Momoshiki, using the Sharingan's abilities, makes him broken for just nerfed characters to contest against, so Kawaki is still forced to use Karma again. In their confrontation, Kawaki is getting demolished by Momoshiki. This just tells how broken Boruto would be if he managed to completely control the Sharingan. Well, Boruto wouldn't want Kawaki to die, so he forced himself to wrestle control of the body. Just like a true MC, he chose to stop the fight and sacrifice himself so he wouldn't hurt anyone. After Boruto dies, our storyline follows what is in the anime and manga. Kode will make his retreat, and Boruto will return to life. Alright everyone, just a fair warning to those people who've watched the anime only, the following content will include major manga spoilers, so be aware. To continue our story, Kode will appear in the heart of the Konoha, in front of Amado. Also, Ada will make her appearance in front of the other ninjas. Amado will get captured, and Ada's ability will be somewhat revealed. Daemon will also make his appearance in front of others, giving us a glimpse of his abilities. Before the 4-year time skip, Kawaki will seal Hinata and Naruto in order to better protect them? I never really understood why he did that. Boruto would try to escape, but Kawaki would try to face him. Now that they have control over their Karma and pseudo-Otsutsuki form, they can fight on par with each other. But this is not considering that Boruto has the Sharingan, and he might be more proficient at using it. This face-off will be nothing of a one-sided fight in Boruto's favor. With his increased reflexes and senses, Kawaki could do nothing but be on the defensive and dodge. Sarada arrives at the scene, and due to her anxiousness, she almost dies. Fortunately, Boruto saves her with the cost of his right eye, which contains his Jogan. This injury is not a burden to him, but rather a blessing in disguise. Now, he can train his Jogan to a much higher level. Others arrive on the scene, stopping the fight. Kawaki goes for an escape, but there he encounters Ada, who unknowingly uses her power according to Kawaki's wish. This rewrites the memories of all people in the world. This makes Boruto Konoha's enemy as they think he killed Naruto. But Sarada isn't affected, and she awakens the Mangekyo Sharingan. Although Sasuke is now blind, he can still sense the emotions and eyes of his beloved daughter. So he still chose to believe in her and rescue Boruto. In this process, together with the dedicated Sasuke, he will train Boruto to become a much more powerful ninja, who uses his head in the battle, mastering the Sharingan to use its full capabilities. In this process, he will be able to incorporate the hidden Rasengan and Amaterasu he developed 4 years ago. This will make him much stronger compared to Sasuke without his Rinnegan. To be honest, in this time skip, if Boruto manages to fully unlock the potential of his Jogan, the Jogan assists its user in perceiving alterations in an opponent's chakra, visualizing the chakra pathway system, along with Tenketsu points and more. This ability grants Boruto the capability to anticipate his adversary's actions, mount effective counterattacks, and gain an advantage in any confrontation. However, it's worth noting that as of now, the manga has yet to showcase the full extent of its power, leaving us uncertain about its true potential. To add more to that, Boruto's fighting style will improve greatly, and he will follow the path of using a longsword similar to Sasuke. Let's talk about the invisible Amaterasu. Even though Kawaki can absorb it using his karma, Boruto can make it appear unnoticed in other parts of his body. When it comes to Boruto, you will be fighting an enemy that can use ninjutsu that you can't even see. By fully mastering and effectively controlling his karma, along with harnessing Momoshiki's powers and the incredible abilities of Sharingan, Boruto could have potentially exceeded Kawaki's abilities after his training. It's possible that he could now utilize skills such as the Deep Crimson Spiral, a technique that is similar to Momoshiki's use of the Rasengan during his battle against Sasuke and Naruto. Additionally, there's another variation of the Rasengan that Boruto may have honed, the Spiraling Bullet, allowing him to launch a highly condensed and long-range Rasengan with exceptional penetrating power. Using his trained Sharingan, he will be able to predict his opponent's movements even if they teleport. Now that Sasuke will put all his efforts into training him, this will refine Boruto's abilities and hidden capabilities even more. Let's not forget the massive Rasengan that he can use, and if he also pairs it up with the Susanoo, imagine how destructive it would be. There's also Momoshiki, who will kinda help him in his training since he also wants Boruto, his vessel, to be stronger to fight against Kode and Kawaki. Momoshiki will be his equivalent of Kurama. He might be the first Otsutsuki to help a mortal that they just consider an ant. On the off chance that Momoshiki will impart his knowledge and powers from the Otsutsuki clan to Boruto, this will make him more proficient in using karma. Well, that would be pretty broken, wouldn't it? Unfortunately, for Sasuke's fans out there, he'll just become a great teacher in this storyline, unless he manages to heal his other eye, which is very, very unlikely. Let us know in the comments what you think would happen if Sasuke gave Boruto his Sharingan. In this alternate timeline, after taking the 4-year time skip, Boruto will gain unimaginable powers that will make him unstoppable the next time he makes his appearance in the world of ninjas. Well, that's it for now, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't yet. Have you ever wondered what would happen if Levi went up against all 9 Titans? Click on this video to find out. Until next time!